Hi, Ashby Stokes here, and I wanted to give you guys a quick tip on what is called legato playing for fingerstyle. I get this question quite a bit when I'm playing live, and I will be asked, how do you get this piano-like sound out of the guitar? Legato means smooth and continuous, and the answer truthfully is what you don't do. And I'm going to give you just a really simple example here. This is a C chord, and this is an F major 7 chord. Okay, hopefully you can see right away that I've kind of given the whole secret away. My first and third fingers on my left hand, first, third, do not move. Okay, so the notes of the C chord ring into the F chord. To take this a step further, a lot of times I will use the scale, and again I'm going to not move any fingers that I don't have to. So here's the simple exercise. Okay, so I'm using C, and I end up with F, and then I want to find a way to go back to C from F. Okay, so you hear the notes are kind of ringing into each other for that piano type sound. This would be very easy to play on the piano. It can be done with one finger if you held down the sustain pedal. So it's not as easy to do on the guitar, but it is a beautiful sound, and that's my quick tip. I'll be posting a lot of these on my website, ashbystokes.com, and I hope you guys find this useful. Hi, Ashby Stokes here with another quick tip for you, continuing on talking about legato playing for fingerstyle guitar. In this example, I'm going to use a right hand technique called a backward roll, which is simply thumb, 3, 2, 1. It can be done slow, fast. Okay, and the two chords that I'm going to work with here are E minor and C major 7. Okay, and the nice thing about these two chords is they have this E minor triad, which is the bottom 3 strings here, in common. So that's going to continue to ring out through the exercise so that we can get this legato sound, which means smooth and continuous, or a lot of people refer to it as a piano type sound. Okay, so the exercise is very simple. It's going to involve some notes from the E minor scale, and I'm just going to put the backward roll in there, and I'm going to have E minor, C major 7. Okay, it can also be done on a different part of the guitar. If you want to kind of explore that. There's an interesting C major 7 there. I'm using the harmonics with the C and the bass. Okay, tip number 1 here for technique. What you don't see here is my thumb, and this is very critical because my thumb is right in the middle of my 4 fingers. That's what gives me the fluidity in the left hand. It also gives me a lot more torque or downforce with the left hand fingers, which is really important with this type of playing. I find that a lot of students find the thumb in the middle of the finger saying very awkward. It's just not something that everybody goes around doing all the time. So if you're at the office or whatever, this is a real easy way to build up your hand strength. Just take a pencil and get the thumb right in the middle of the 4 fingers and just apply pressure, and you know, you might want to do this kind of thing to get the fingers used to moving and the thumbs staying in the same place. Okay, but this will build your hand strength up and make this approach more comfortable. The other thing I would say is don't dwell on something like this. It just becomes to sound, to me, it doesn't sound very musical that way. It sounds more like machinery or just a technique. So what I like to do with this particular exercise is break it up, and that might be done with some other chords, or maybe a line, or maybe the opposite of legato playing, which is staccato playing, and here are some examples of that. Okay, that's more staccato or short, or pizzicato. Here's a line. Okay, hopefully find that tip useful. Alright, Ashby Stokes here again with some more quick tips for fingerstyle guitar. In this particular instance, we're going to talk about triads, and all major triads at this point, and only on the bottom 3 strings just to get started. And then we're going to kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone here, because we'll work on right hand technique as we see and hear these triads. So here, you know, everybody's played this: D, G, C, D. Okay, so what I'm going to do is play a fingerstyle, and then I'm going to play the triad version of this chord on the bottom 3 strings. To get a different voicing or a different texture out of the chord progression. So continuing up the neck. Okay, so this is D, G, C, D, G, C, D. The actual chord name would probably be different if you were reading this in a piece of sheet music or whatever. It would be D, D sus6, D11, D again, G, D11, D. So my fingerstyle here is just thumb, 2, 1, thumb, 2, 1. Alright, and the thumb is alternating. So thumb 2, 1, thumb 2, 1. G, C, D, D again, G, C, no reason not to go back the way you came. That's the way I like to describe just going back the way you came. Okay, I hope this helps. This is a great right hand exercise and a great way to kind of get out of the monotony of playing just open chords at the first position all the time.